What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. So I'm going to introduce a new segment on my channel today. It's going to be called the Artist Spotlight. So as you guys may already know, I am a lover of all music. My taste in music is quite eclectic. I listen to a little bit of everything, except for like heavy metal things. I really can't get into that. But other than that, I pretty much listen to, an amalgamation of all types of music. So today I'm going to start off with my favorite girl group of all time. It is the Spice Girls. So anyone who knows me personally knows that I am obsessed with the Spice Girls. I have loved them ever since they debuted in 1996. They will always hold a special place in my heart. The Spice Girls had something different about them. They were five individual girls who had their own personality. They had their own sense of styles. They had their own voices. Whether they be good or not, they had their own voices. They were very distinctive. And I completely loved them. When their first single, Wannabe, came out, I believe in 1996, if I'm not mistaken, I completely loved them. Like it was just like I had found this new thing that I could get into. And the thing was like when I was growing up back in the 90s, our parents would not allow us to watch MTV, BET, or VH1, any of those secular music channels because they only wanted us to listen to gospel. So every chance that I got, I would get on MTV to see if I could find the Spice Girls. Now I really didn't like really get into the Spice Girls until their second single, which is "Say You'll Be There," which is my favorite Spice Girls song of all time. I absolutely adore that song. And my favorite Spice Girl growing up was Ginger Spice, aka Jerry Halliwell, or the other way around, Jerry Halliwell, aka Ginger Spice. She was my favorite because she was sort of like the oddball in the group. She was the oldest. She had red hair. She was very outlandish. She was very outspoken. Much like Mel B was. They were both very outspoken girls. But I love Jerry because she was so unapologetically herself and she was not going to change for anyone, and completely adored that about her. Now, as time went on and as I got older, I began to switch my favorite from Jerry to Victoria, because Victoria is just everything. Even at their reunion tour in 2007, every time that Victoria would sing a solo, the crowd would just go crazy. And it's because, she's Victoria Beckham. She's everything. She is the ultimate Spice Girl. I have to say, when Jerry left the group in 1998, I was completely heartbroken. It's like my perfect girl group is now ruined forever, and like I could not understand why she did it. But later on in the documentary, Giving You Everything, the Spice Girls documentary that was released in 2007, prior to their reunion tour, she explained that, she felt redundant. She felt like she didn't belong. She felt like the group had, would be able to go on with or without her. And, I completely understand her viewpoint from that. But again, I was very devastated, very, very devastated. But the girls went on to produce a third album without Jerry called Forever, I believe. And one of my favorite songs from that album is Holler. I absolutely love Holler. It was produced by Rodney Jerkins, aka Darkchild, who was best known for his work with Brandy. So I completely love that song. I have this thing where the Spice Girls performed at Wembley Stadium in 1998 or 1999. It was 1998, I think. And that was after Jerry had left the group. And of course, it was a huge concert and it was part of their world tour that they were on that Jerry left in the middle of. I cannot watch videos from that concert because Jerry's not there and it doesn't come together for me. It really just does not come together for me without Jerry being there. But then in 2007, they reunited. They went on a huge reunion tour, and that was probably my only chance to see those girls, all five of them, on the same stage at the same time. Because at that time, I had just graduated from high school. I had just gotten a job. I probably could have gone if I had made the effort, but unfortunately I did not. That's on me. But to see those five girls come back together, they came out with a brand new single, Friendship Never Ends. I really loved that song. And, they came back, and there are videos, of course, of that reunion tour on YouTube that I watched quite a bit. And, they did an amazing job So the Spice Girls, they've won 5 Brit Awards, which is sort of the British equivalent to the Grammys, in a way. And so, they're very, very accomplished. I believe they have 9 UK number ones. They have 1 US number one with Wannabe. But they're the biggest things that come out of the UK since the Beatles. And I appreciate everything that they've done. Some of the accolades that they have the best-selling single by a girl group, which is Wannabe. They have the best-selling album by a girl group, which is Spice, their first album. And ultimately, they are the best-selling girl group of all time worldwide. Of course, some will say, well, what about TLC and what about Destiny's Child? Well, they are the top 2 girl groups out of America, but as far as worldwide sales, the Spice Girls have sold the most out of any girl group of all time. And so, I love the Spice Girls. I love their shoes. I wanted those high platform shoes like they had. I wanted some for myself. I love the way that they dressed. Emma was always in a dress. Victoria typically wore a dress unless she wore a cat suit. Jerry, she would typically wear dresses or shorts or whatever. And, of course, Sporty, she had her track suits on. And, Mel B would go back and forth with her style, whether she'd wear long pants or shorts. I just loved everything about the Spice Girls, and they gave me complete and total life. I don't know if you guys know this, but back in 2019, the Spice Girls did another tour, a reunion tour, but unfortunately, Victoria Beckham decided not to participate. So there have been some rumors. Jennifer, my sister, she sent me something concerning them possibly doing a US tour sometime this year or next year. I think I will go, even though Victoria's not there and she's ultimately my favorite Spice Girl. I think I'll still go just for the nostalgic atmosphere that I'll be experiencing if I were to go, and just to say that I went to a Spice Girls concert. So, yeah, that's my first artist spotlight, the Spice Girls. Thank you again so much for watching my video. Until next time, y'all.